Good morning, everybody. We've made it. We've made it through another week, and we have made it through a whole year. Happy New Year. I have something on my mind I want to share with you guys. Sin is sin. No matter how you look at it, sin is sin. Addiction is not a disease, it is a sin. Whether you're addicted to drugs or alcohol, or were addicted to drugs or alcohol, that was a sin. Curses out of your mouth, gluttony, evil acts, breaking the law, these are all sin. And as I have shared with many churches in this town, and some of you guys here on these platforms, I have toted my baggage for 2025. This is a sackcloth bag. And I have wrote down all of the things that I struggle with. Me and my wife have done this. Some other people through churches, different churches have done this. And I'm not telling you this to brag about anything that I've done or that I'm doing. But in prayer and hope that you will grab a hold of this in 2026, because we will do this again. So it may not look like a lot in here, but there's a lot in here. My struggles are in here. If we don't know what we're struggling with, or if we don't identify what we have struggled with, we will never be able to extinguish it. Now, Saturday, me and my wife will identify the problems. We will pray over them, and we will cast them into the fire. The Lord wants to heal you in 2026. Take the initiative to identify your sin. Now, as I get to going through some of these studies, many different curriculum things that I will be starting in the new year. And again, this is for you to understand that there are ways to identify the sin that's being brought to you and to not continue in what you have done in the past. So in Genesis, in the fall, is one of the studies that I'm going through, and I just want to share this quick word with you this morning. In Genesis, after the fall, God told Adam specifically, do not touch this. Do not touch it. Do not look at it. Do not mess with it. When Eve came along, he blamed Eve. Well, the woman brought it to me. The enemy will always go after the weakest of the two. We have to be careful so that you do not engage in sin. You have to pray for discernment so that when someone brings sin to you, you recognize it and turn from it. There will always be someone that will envy you or not completely understand what they have engaged in. So they try to take you down with them, especially the ones closest to us. You say, well, how do I fix this? Well, communication with each other and the Father is a necessity. If you're not talking to Jesus and talking to your loved ones openly and honest, then the enemy's whispers will be overpowered, because the fall, due to sin, we all have to be called out of Egypt. Once we accept the call, we must continue to not turn back. In chapter 4 of Genesis, Cain gets envious of his brother. And kills him. That's how far sin can go. And even in Matthew, In chapter 2, verse 13, it says, when they had gone, an angel of the Lord appeared to Joseph in a dream. Get up, he said, take the child and his mother and escape to Egypt. Stay there until I tell you, for Herod is going to search for the child to kill him. So he got up and took the child, Jesus, and his mother during the night and left for Egypt, where he stayed until the death of Herod. And so was fulfilled what the Lord had said through the prophet, out of Egypt I called my son. This is a great representation of why we're called out of Egypt. And I'm just going to read you a commentary real quick because it explains it perfectly. Because Jesus was perfect. Jesus came out of Egypt just like we have to come out of Egypt. We got away from the sin. The sin was all around Jesus. Going to Egypt was not unusual because several major Egyptian cities had established colonies of Jews. These colonies had developed during the time of the Great Capacity. Matthew portrays Jesus as the true Israelite. His earthly life mirrored major movements in Israel's history, and he kept the law of Moses perfectly. The parables between Jesus and the Israelites' history are many. Joseph took his family to Egypt for refuge. The Hebrews went to Egypt to escape famine. Herod killed the babies of Bethlehem. Pharaoh killed the Hebrew boys. Jesus was baptized in the Jordan River. The Hebrews were saved from the Egyptians through the Red Sea. Jesus spent 40 days fasting in the wilderness. Israelites wandered for 40 years in the wilderness. All of these events show God's working to save his people. Guys, sin is sin no matter how you look at it. Identify your sin. Come out of Egypt for 2026. Let the Lord lead you. I love y'all. Happy New Year. Just something on my mind.